Hi friends, so today I wanted to talk about some of the books that I plan on potentially reading for February. So in the United States, and I want to say maybe some other countries as well, February is known as Black History Month, and so I wanted to solely focus on books and works by African American authors. So I thought I would talk about the books that I will potentially be reading this month. So let's just get into it. The first book that I want to mention is The Autobiography of an Ex-Colored Man, and this is by James Weldon Johnson. Now, I was supposed to read this book for the 24 and 48 marathon, readathon I should say, but that did not happen, so I thought I would try again because today is a new day and I still really want to read this book. From what I've read so far, this book is about a man who is African American but passes as white, and that's a topic that I find very interesting, so I wanted to go ahead and actually finish this one. And it's super short, so hopefully it won't take me long to finish. The next book that I'm thinking about picking up is Native Son by Richard Wright, and this book is set in the 1930s and it follows a young African American man who has killed a white woman, and it talks about what happens afterwards. On the back of the book, it mentions that he has committed this act after a feeling of panic, so I'm sure that we're going to get into what happened beforehand, why he actually committed this action, and what happens to him afterwards. A classmate of mine really enjoyed this book and I want to read it as well. This is quite a long book for me, but because of the subject matter, I definitely want to get into this. Another book that I have by Richard Wright is Black Boy, and this book is an autobiography slash memoir. I'm really interested to potentially pick this one up as well. The next two books that I'm interested in picking up are by Toni Morrison, and so the first book that I have here is called Sula, and from what I know about this book is about a lady who pretty much doesn't take mess from anybody. From what I know about the book so far, she basically lives her life and does whatever she wants, and there are people who definitely judge her because of her lifestyle and because of the decisions that she's made. I have to say that reading about a woman that doesn't take any mess from others is very exciting to me, so I'm definitely pumped to pick this one up. The second book from Toni Morrison that I'm hoping to get to this month is Home, and this book follows an individual who was in the Korean War and what his life is like afterwards. I know that there are many people who have served this country, but when they come back, they aren't the same person that they were. So definitely interested in this one. The next book that I would like to get to this month is The Autobiography of Martin Luther King Jr. I'm sure that I'm going to learn a lot. I was looking at some of the chapters in this book. I know that there's a chapter on his early years, the sit-in movement, a letter from the Birmingham jail. There's a chapter on Malcolm X as well and Black Power, so I'm just really interested to see how MLK viewed these things, and I'm really interested in hearing about what he thought about this instead of reading those like one-line quotes that are taken out of context and used to put out a message that he didn't actually stand for himself. So I'm just ready to get into the truth. The last book that I'm going to be mentioning in this video is Sing Unburied Sing by Jesmyn Ward. I don't know too much about this, but I believe that it follows a young man who is biracial, and I believe that he has a black mom and a white dad, and the white dad was incarcerated. I believe that the dad is getting out of prison soon, and so because of that, the mom takes the kids and a friend on this road trip, and throughout the road trip the young man is really thinking about who he is and what his life is like, and kind of grappling with the idea of not having his dad being in his life, and then going through those emotions of what it'll be like now that his dad will no longer be in prison, or at least that's what I think. I have heard so many good things about this one, and I'm very excited to get into this myself. So those are the books that I am potentially going to read this February. Please let me know what you're reading. If you are reading books centered around Black authors, please let me know. If you aren't, that's fine too. Let me know anyway. I hope that you guys are doing well, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!